Hello, my lovely people. Today I wanted to talk about triggers, I think, because I have been triggered a lot this week and these couple of last weeks and months. And this year, it was like a one big trigger that just takes out everything that's in you and just puts it out onto a daylight and asks you to look into this and see how you feel about it, and brings to light everything that maybe I was trying to hide or not look at, not think of, and things that I was really scared about, they all came to light. One of the things that was there first for me is I got a really big slap on the face from my work. I was thinking that everything was going really well, that this is the job place and work and people. Finally, after doing lots of work, internal work within myself, about thinking where I want to be and manifesting and being aware of narcissists and my reactions and my boundaries and the ability to say no and everything else, came back to me saying, hold on, this is not really again the place that you thought it was going to be, and things don't really fully 100% look as you thought they are going to look. So this then triggered a couple of things in me. First big thing, which I already mentioned a couple of times here on those podcasts, is a fear, financial fear of being able to support myself. And then another thing was about purpose, a life purpose. And I have read a lot and listened to lots of podcasts and people talking about your life purpose and your passion, and about the way life is showing you, or the universe is showing you, that if you work or do something that you are not passionate about, there's always going to be a frustration. And actually my manager asked me at work if I was passionate about what I was doing, because she can definitely see that the project I was involved in and I did really well, I was passionate about, and the so-called BAU that I am totally not passionate about, although I don't hate it, it's just something that I find quite mundane and not creative, and just something you have to get on with. And I really can't understand how people can be passionate about this, but then I have to remind myself that I am not all the people, and people are passionate about different things. So, and this part was lacking basically. And my frustration came because of, I think, I thought what is inability of my manager to appreciate the really important things on the projects that I really enjoyed and I did really great, and then in comparison to the mundane BAU, so they called a very corporate language that I use here, the things that were in my manager's eyes were very important, and in my eyes they weren't, basically. And I always, when I now talk about this, I think about one of the people that I really like to listen to. His name is Aaron Doughty, and he always tells this story when he used to work in the 9-to-5 job, and he was working in the women's shoes department somewhere in America, and it was like a sales job. And because it was very quiet, he used to just go on his phone, and someone else was on the work floor. And because there was nothing happening, so obviously there was times and hours then nothing was happening, so there was nothing to do. And then he was on his phone in the back of the office, of the shop rather, and then it was all recorded on CCTV camera, and he was called to the office and he was asked to watch himself scrolling on the phone for like 5 minutes. And he was saying, yes, I get it, I was on my phone, I was scrolling. And they made him watch it for this 5 or 10 minutes, whatever. It was just so excruciating, and I so can empathize with that. And that's how I feel sometimes when people tell me about my mistakes, quote unquote, or things I have done incorrectly. Is almost, I feel exactly the same. I feel as if they are playing a movie in front of my eyes that I know. And then I think, and then I was thinking also that yet again, this is not a career, this is not a job for me. 9 to 5, working in the corporate life is not a job for me. I am creative, I love working on projects, I am really flexible, I love working in groups, and I love working on new ideas and come up with new ideas, and I'm very spiritual, and I would like to be surrounded by people who are very open-minded, very flexible also, and give me lots of space. And obviously I would like to work somewhere that I don't need to go and explain things that I have done that in my mind have not a big impact, don't have a big impact. And very sadly, something that always underlined this in my mind is that people see that I might be different. People see me very often as this someone who is just like a breath of fresh air, and I think some people are suffocated by this breath of fresh air, especially in some businesses and companies. So yet again, I think I was shown by universe that I do something that I am not necessarily aligned with, that this is a bit out of alignment for me. And that was a big trigger. That was a huge trigger, because I thought that I have came into alignment, that this work, although not 100%, it might be something better than the other ones. And it is. It definitely is. It's always up. Everything that happens to me and to you, and I believe in that, even though at the beginning you might not see that. If you lose a job, if you lose a partnership, if you lose, it's very often just about losing and ending, because that's the most painful. When you lose something and something ends, I believe that 100% something better awaits you. And that's one thing. The other thing is that you've learned so much because of this experience, that it was so enriching, and through the suffering you have developed that now everything else that you are going to experience is just going to be better. And after some time you will see that the things that happened to you or not happened to you, the things that happened, they weren't necessarily bad or wrong or good. It's just your perception. And what came up after that is actually better. And I know it's just like one door's closed, the other door's open, is about this staying positive. But I think that this is really important to keep that in mind, and especially reflect on this, and always just remember this. So I am trying also to remember this, but I am scared of this door being closed. I hope they are not going to be closed. And at the same time, the other tool is to always be grateful. So I'm really grateful I had this opportunity, and I am having this opportunity. And maybe also look at this as, how can I approach it differently? How can I look at my colleagues and my manager differently? But I think, and I do understand that at the back of my mind, that it's always have been telling me that I am not cut for 9-to-5 job. I am not necessarily cut for corporate living, although where I go, I'd say, or I would like to see, is less and less corporate, or a different type of corporate. It's almost like Goldilocks, trying different beds, and they all kind of different, but none of them fits. So you go through those different circumstances, different experiences, and you just experience. Because for now, for me, I can't 100% say what exactly is that I want. So I prefer a frame of mind in which I am being, that I am open and I trust the universe, and I trust that the universe is going to bring me, or it's putting me exactly where I am supposed to be. This is a very good thing as well, which obviously is not something that I have invented or thought of. It's something that I come up and I hear from a lot of spiritual teachers and spiritual people, and from YouTube videos, books, that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is the place where I should be, and fighting it or being angry about this, of course I can be. All those feelings are available for me, and it's good to be angry sometimes, and it's good to cry sometimes, or to be furious. It's just not letting those emotions define you, and knowing that these are not you. For me, the biggest emotion, the emotion that kind of guide my life almost, is the fear. And I've already spoken on fear, and the underlying not being able to support myself, and in the same time, if I dig deeper, my freedom being taken away. And segueing from that, from the freedom, the other big trigger is what's currently happening with our freedom being taken away in front of our eyes. Moreover, some people fighting, like my family and some of my family members, fighting or not fighting, asking for those rights to be taken away, for those freedoms to be taken away, and feeling very secure when those freedoms are taken away, because they perceive it as something is being done with the situation. The situation is being controlled. When the freedoms are taken away, when more laws is being put in place, this gives people a sense of control. There is control. There is something that is going to save us. This is going to save us. The taking of our freedoms, of everyone's freedoms, the big regulation of how we live and telling us exactly what to do, is going to bring us survival. It's going to make us feel safe. And even when I say that aloud now, I can see the ridiculousness of this situation, and this is another huge trigger. I can feel it in my solar plexus chakra. I can feel it in my stomach. It's just it's just a fear, but something based on kind of disappointment and something that just disconnection from humans, from other people, from my closest humans, and that's really painful. And I guess this is because also I am building, or I've built myself on those humans, or my mom, on a family. I kind of derive my worth from those people. So when this is taken away from me, it is like losing part of myself, and I still, after so many years, I can't. It's just very painful for me. I am just grieving, and I am fearful of losing this part of myself, and I keep losing it, because I still can't 100% say that I am at peace with my family, of my mom being like this, behaving this way, having this sort of opinions, which opinions are fine, but fighting me, and fighting my opinions, and undermining my opinions always, also. So these were my big triggers, and I just wanted to reflect on them. It's not going to be my last episode before New Year's, because this one was a little bit negative, and I would like to do a really, really positive episode. I don't intend of those episodes to be negative or anything. It's just a little bit for me to talk is like almost like writing, but talking and having this somewhere stored somewhere, and then for anyone who fancy to listen to it. And I really, really hope that it gives you a little bit of value, even if it's 1%, even if it's just something that, just a little tiny seed that you take away and you reflect on that. It would just make me so happy. And I speak to you soon. All my love. Bye.